Okay.
This is the state dining room here at Stone Castle Abbey. It seats 18 very comfortable. It is set for a state banquet. The china that's on the table today, it's Lemieux. We are very fortunate that we have almost a complete setting for 18. And Lemieux is really a great china company. It was really originally in Belgium, but after the Second World War, when the map of Europe was redrawn, today if you go to the village of Lemieux, I think you'll find it in France, not in Belgium, or vice versa. But anyhow, this china is over almost 100 years old, and it's gold plated and all the works. And so there's several other pieces that goes with it, but it has a beautiful painted scene in the middle of each plate, so one can see there, and then here, which is absolutely beautiful. And I believe it has about 13 pieces per individual, several different plates that one can use. The crystal is Waterford crystal from Ireland. And then the silver, it's sterling, it's rose point, it's American. And everything gets used in this room. So many times you go into places and things are roped off and nobody gets to appreciate it, but it all gets used. As a matter of fact, this evening we're having a dinner party for friends here in the Newcastle area, and everyone will get to use this china and the silver and the crystal and everything, because in actuality, that's what it's made for. It's made to be used, and so why have it if you don't use it? So my philosophy is use it when you have it. Behind you is a bunch more china that we use for other dinners. One can't have enough china. That's my philosophy. This is a beautiful piece. It's an old piece. It was made in about 170 years ago. And it was, believe it or not, it looks French, and it's French inspired, but it's actually made in South America. It's made in Buenos Aires. And it was not made as a china cabinet. It was actually made as an armoire for bedroom. And so we were fortunate enough to purchase it at auction, and it already had the beautiful glass in it. So somebody had the great idea to convert it into a china cabinet, which I'm very, very happy they did, because it gets used quite frequently as a china cabinet versus a armoire. It would be beautiful as an armoire also. I can imagine that it had beautiful inlaid wood here in the doors, but today it's used as a china cabinet. And then we have this beautiful chinoiserie clock, and this was given up to us by Joey, who is Soledad Rivera's son-in-law. As a matter of fact, we have quite a few pieces of chinoiserie in our collection that was given to us by Joey and his wife, Dominique, who's Soledad Rivera's daughter. And it actually works, and one just has to pull the cords, which the chain, which I haven't done in a couple of days, to wind it up. But it works, and it makes a beautiful sound. That's an example of you pulling the chain too fast. If you pull it too fast, it will hit the weight and then they'll fall off. So if you have a clock like this, pull the chain very slow, so that the weight doesn't get hit. And you have to wait a couple minutes after you pull the chain so that everything's stabilized, and then you start running the clock. And if you have a grandfather clock or any clock that requires winding up, you really should wind them at least once a week, because if you don't, it will be very difficult for it to run and keep accurate time. Again, it's very important, if you have a clock like this or any wind-up clock, that it is on a level surface, because if it's not level, it won't run. It'll run for 5 minutes and stop. So that's our little tidbit on the dining room.